What's up, everybody? Welcome to Podcast Now. I'm Alex, and in this video, I want to talk about this Last of Us situation on PC, the game coming out in a incredibly broken state. Now, I want to be very transparent. Maybe unlike some of the other videos that you've watched, I haven't bought it. I wasn't planning on buying it. I didn't buy it. I'm not going to buy it. You know, I've had my opinions on if this remake needed to happen even in the first place, and I'll leave that aside. That's really not important to the discussion here. I didn't get it on PS5 either, although I adore The Last of Us 1. I want to make that known. But I want to talk about why we probably should have seen this coming. And again, I'll be honest, I didn't look into it all that much leading in. People have been pointing out, though, that the signs definitely were there, one of which, Iron Galaxy, right, the developers here, you could probably have spotted this a few weeks ago, and I did actually look. There was one or two articles. There's only a couple individual sites talking about this, but they were ahead of the game. They kind of knew what was coming. So Iron Galaxy, let's talk about them. This is the developer that was like the lead developer of this. I don't know how much Naughty Dog actually had over this game, but it seems like it was all Iron Galaxy. And actually, when they did the PC, the requirements, the specs, right, a few weeks ago, this is the articles I was talking about, you can see their logo in the bottom left. And I do believe, at least when people are reporting on it, that's the first time people started to spot, oh dear, you know, it's them that's working on this game. Well, why is that a big deal? These people are notoriously awful with any kind of PC porting. It seems like this is like the cheap developers. And, you know, I don't love going after certain developers or, like, you know, having direct shots at them. But these people, their entire history as developers have been plagued with issues and just kind of pathetic releases overall. These are the individuals, maybe not like everybody that works there now worked there back then, but they actually did Arkham Knight. If you remember that gem when that released on PC, it was garbage. And this is probably very close to Arkham Knight in terms of how it runs on PC. So for whatever reason, Sony decided to go with them. Now, they did, I believe, also help with the Uncharted PC release, which also people have talked about being one of the weaker Sony, you know, games that have released on PC due to its, can you guess it, quality. So these people are not good whatsoever. It does seem like they're the cheap ones that you go to them and you say, hey, we need a game kind of ported over for PC. You can do it for like next to nothing. And maybe they do an incredibly good job for the price that they're paid. I don't want to like put that past them. That's very, very true. If you want to give them something, right, not just be all negative. If you want to give them that, that's totally cool. But if you don't want to give them that, then their history speaks for itself, and it's that they're not good, and you should never really go with them. People are pointing out, you know, PlayStation, Sony has a PC team that they bought specifically to do these kind of things. Incredibly talented. They're busy, so they are not working, you know, on this game. But that leads us to the now, right? Where, okay, well, the game is out. It's in an absolutely awful state. It's probably going to take multiple patches, which probably means multiple weeks. I mean, Naughty Dog says that they hear people's concerns, and the review scores don't just go away, right? Like, it's sitting at like a 33% positive. That's not going to change. In fact, it's probably only going to get worse. And even if you can fix this thing in like 2-3 weeks, that's still more time for people to buy this game to then negatively review it. Or, by the way, not buy this game. It was sitting at around like 36,000 players, which is not necessarily high. I think it's been beaten by like 3, 4, 5 other, you know, PlayStation games, but it's not like dead last or anything. And it could be because of all these issues, right? You hear all these issues. Why in God's name would you buy it? And then why in God's name would you play it, right? So you may want to wait. And that's just, the sales are going to suffer for that, right? Now, ultimately, again, I don't really care all that much. I have the game on PS3. I got the remastered version. I'm fine. I don't even need the remake in general. But one thing I do want to say is this isn't necessarily all Iron Galaxy's fault, right? There's other people to blame here, and it's probably Sony themselves, okay? So they have this game come out about a month or so after the show. Now, it's great timing. It's like perfect time. Well, I actually probably would have had it released like the week after the show ended. That would have probably been the best timing. But just because it's the best timing, because everything kind of lines up that way, doesn't mean the game is actually ready. It is also possible that this game would have been fine if you gave them 3, 4, 5 months more to work on it. Now, I don't want to go I want to throw that out there as a possibility. I do want to say, you know, if you give this team, if you give this game a couple more months in the oven, does it come out in a better state? I think factually it would. I do want to lean on this team, though, Nintendo and say they're just pathetically awful at this. So I don't know how much it would have changed, how much it would have actually improved. So I kind of go back and forth with it. And one final thing I want to throw out, I was seeing some comments, again, never noticed it because I didn't really look. I guess on the Steam page for this game, a lot of the screenshots or a lot of the things that were there that were, promoting the game, a lot of them would actually have like the PS5 watermark that would say like footage captured on PS5. So a lot, I'm not saying like the trailers or anything, but a lot of the maybe still images that were on the PC on Steam, they were from the PS5. They weren't even from PC. So I feel bad for the people that bought it. I hope it gets fixed relatively quickly. Maybe Naughty Dog jumps on it or some, support team can jump on it to kind of, make things go a little bit faster. But I've seen some of the videos. There are some incredibly funny videos out there of what things look like, hair, environments just in general. There's some pretty wacky stuff. And that stuff, you can maybe lean into as more like funny. I mean, I don't know if you necessarily want that to happen when you're spending $60 on a product. It is funny maybe in the moment or to share it online, but yet again, it's the product that you bought. But then there's the other issues where it's like you got to get this thing to be the lowest quality humanly possible to even have it run. You still might have it crash. It crashes just generally. It's like a natural occurring event for the game. It's crazy, some of the clips and some of the people. I mean, it's pretty universal. Like ACG, someone who I respect quite a bit, talked about, one of the worst performing, PC games he's ever played in his life. I know Dreamcast guy did a video on it. I mean, really anybody who's talked about this has not been very kind to it, and I don't really think it deserves it. We got to be strong on these things. You can't have products come out half complete, or you need to get it through Sony's head that you can't work with these people anymore, that they just have a history of not doing their job. Whatever the message needs to be delivered and needs to be, received by them. So hopefully that all happens. So let me know what you all think. Have you seen it? Are you buying it, or did you already buy it? Let me know in the comments. Make sure you're all subscribed, bell icon turned on, and I hope to see you all on the next one.